Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Blues 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long Blues 1975.
This is Thunderblade on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. I'm continuing my look at Thunderblade because, well, I absolutely really loved and adored the arcade machine, as you probably know if you've been watching this series of videos. So I thought I'd have a look at the ZX Spectrum version again because I have played this before. It was a few years ago. It was released by US Gold in 1988 on all the usual suspects, and this got really good reviews at the time. It made the cover of the Christmas issue of Crash magazine in 1988. I still have that issue. Oh, Crash magazine, you were the best Spectrum magazine. Other people may say other magazines, but quite frankly they are wrong. So I want to say this was developed by Tiertex. It's either Tiertex or Probe. I'm pretty sure it's Tiertex. So you're probably thinking it's going to be shit. And to be fair, most people think this is a really bad port. I really like it. Obviously taste is subjective, but yeah, I really like it because it really does a decent job on very limited hardware of you know, giving you the arcade experience. And by that I mean what they did with the Amiga version, as in you can fly, or you can ascend and descend on the vertical scrolling stages, and they stack sprites on top of each other to replicate you know, the buildings from the arcade, and I think it's incredibly impressive for a 48K machine. I apologise that there is only your rotor noise in this game. This is a 48K ROM. I'm sure there was a 128K version of it, but I cannot find it. And also the into the screen stages where they're trying, you know, replicate sprite scaling are really well done as well. It's balls horrifically hard. I mean, really balls horrifically hard. Hopefully you'll get to see, you know, both vertical and into the screen sprite scaling stages. If you look at the actual screen, obviously it's got a huge bezel around it, probably to keep the speed up. And what I love about this is, look at the guys at the top of the screen, particularly the guy on the right. He's just derp-tastic, isn't he? Bottom left hand corner of the screen is your speed, to the right is your hits, and in the middle are your lives. Right, so we're going to go with Kempston, and what it should say here, hello, it does this. You have to wait for it to come back to the main screen. Right, so 3 Kempston. There we go. A joystick speed control, which means basically if you aren't holding down fire, you will go up and down into the screen. Once you let go of fire, this is how I played it on the Amiga, when you hold fire, you will move your craft forwards. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's a lot better than playing it one-handed with the joystick and one-handed with the keyboard, which is option B there. Now, ordinarily, I would say play it on keys, but it doesn't, and this is shocking for a game as late as 1988. It doesn't give us the ability to define our keys. So, let's get into it. So, A, joystick speed control. Right, and then space starts. Like I said, apologies for the background noise. I do live on the busiest road in the West Country, but trust me, it sucks to be me. Right, so now if I hold fire, oh, there we go. Slightly descended because I held fire down when I was pressing forward. Pull up, then hold fire down, and then move. And you can see the speed bar increases. So look at the buildings. I think you had to have grown up with the Spectrum to appreciate it, but I think they look really good. Really good. I mean, even the Master System didn't have buildings, and the PC Engine version had buildings, but you didn't have the ascend and descend. Obviously, once you're holding fire, you will fire your Vulcans automatically. Buildings are an obstacle in this as well. They weren't in the PC Engine. Obviously, I can fly over that one. But yeah, a little bit of noticeable slowdown there. But hey, you'd slow down if you fucking 48K and you were chucking this around. See, that to me is impressive. Right, I've only got 2 lives left. Into the screen. Same controls work. Leg it. See, this isn't quite as impressive or the looker that was stage 1. But, again, the way, you know, the size increase of the buildings is pretty impressive. The problem here is, well, we keep our speed as it is. The problem here is you need to let go of the fire button because it will keep your speed there. But if you just hold fire, as I was doing just now and demonstrating so rather well by getting blown up, it doesn't give you the ability to avoid, you know, basically fly around the screen. Actually, I mean, it's obviously it's a Spectrum game, it's monochromic, but look how many buildings there are. Take off, right, then speed, and then leg it. Yeah. Other versions don't have buildings in the middle of the screen, do they? Yeah, see? Yeah. Right, look, no buildings, a little bit of a speed up there. Woo, massive amount of speed up. Hey, check this out. Scrolling's a bit choppy, I am aware of that, but once again, see what they've done here, you know, the Mega Drive didn't attempt to do that, is we're going to port the arcade machine to a bloody machine with 48K. I know there's 128K, that just means you don't load the levels in, which, well, to be fair, since this is a tap file, is irrelevant. But they've attempted to port the arcade machine. Also, the other thing about 128K is it just means it's got better sound, which I would have liked on this, because I would have liked some music. Game over. Get used to that screen. Seriously, get used to that screen. I've resigned to my fate. But yeah, so I've always found this a very ambitious and very impressive port. But I openly admit that apparently I am completely and utterly by my lonesome on that one. Unless you agree, by all means let me know. I might revisit the Commodore 64 version, I might not. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but playing some different games on different formats recently, because let's be honest, I've been playing a shit ton of Amiga, because I love my Amiga, but loading our from start of block play tape, wow, there you go, emulation, it's the future. But I might revisit a few other games on Master System and the PC Engine. As I said in the previous video, let me know if you want me to revisit anything. Let's reset this bad boy. Right, so, enter, stop tape. 3, Kempston, thank you. A, joystick control, speed, and then fire. Get up to speed, leg it. Right, I'm not going to lie. My game plan here is basically, this is quite generous with the lives. I not so much shoot shit on the floor, but just move from left to right. It does give you a little bit, I've got to say the joystick controls, but that might be because I'm playing it on a Wii remote, are a little clunky. And pressing forward is giving me Popeye forearms. But, oh, you see what I mean? Buildings in the middle of the screen, buildings to the side, you have to navigate around them. It is a genuine obstacle course. Other versions simply didn't do this. The PC Engine version, surely that could have done something like that. If you could do this on a Spectrum, you must be able to do this on a Mega Drive or a PC Engine. Right, there we go. But yeah, so it's a genuine obstacle course, as is this one here, where you go into the screen. So when I said this isn't as impressive as the previous stage, yes it is. I don't think I need to do that. Can I go around the outside? Does that provide me protection from their bullets? Probably the wrong descriptive term there for what they're firing at me. Flak. Oh. Oh, buildings kill you. Buildings kill you. Good to know. So basically, if you can make it through the first stage, fine with all your lives, you'll make it through the second stage. Obviously you don't fly for a canyon. I can see that that would be, why am I even putting my name in, be a bit too much for the Spectrum version. But yeah, this to me is impressive. This is really, really impressive. Fire, oh hang on, and then fire, fire, there we go. Yeah, so it does give you a little bit of vulnerability, which to be fair, it absolutely needs to, because otherwise you wouldn't get off the floor, would you? Right. So let me know if there's a 128K version. And do you know where the ROM is? And where's the Verb This Feather came from? Because I really want to play this with decent music. All the versions I've found, TAP and TZX, are 48K. First world problems. I had to do that, otherwise I was going to hit the building. Oh, it keeps it. Well, of course it keeps me in the sky. If it, well, it had to, because otherwise, How am I going to take off through a building? Right, my speed goes down. No, it doesn't. That was me. Yeah, so there is slowdown. Like I said though, to be fair, it's a 48K Spectrum. Come on. Look at me ringing the defence. Oh, my thumb is about to fall off. It sucks being a military helicopter pilot. Unless you're Stringfellow Hawk. See what I did there? Oh. This bit here, when it pens you into the narrow bit, that's where I get worried, pensive. Can I go around the outside? Sure. See, again, look, it's an obstacle course. There are buildings all over the shop. Impressive. Again, you probably disagree. Sucks to be you, eh? Oh, a little bit of a speed up there. I'll tell you what, the boat section's a lot harder than I remember. Yoink. Oh, God bless tap files. Right. Obviously you don't ascend and descend on this stage, but then you never did. Don't think the helicopters take off. I don't even know if there are Harriers on this. Right, look, what I find you should do is go back, and then it gives you the ability to scroll forward in a burst like that. So it means when there are guns and you need the ability to, you know, move left and right, it does give you, apparently the ability to not pay attention. A little bit of manoeuvrability, should I say. Not much. Yeah, the scrolling's pretty janky on this, not gonna lie. Oh, shizen. Right. That'll do it. I just realised I was shooting the wrong stuff. It's the things on the outside I should shoot. Oh. Fuck it. Well, there you go. The canyon stage is stack sprites as well. I think I got to it before on my previous gameplay, but Thunderblade, had to revisit it on the ZX Spectrum. As I said, I think this is a really good port. I could probably be on my Todd with that one though, but as always, I'd love to know what you think, and as I said, if there's any other games you'd like me to revisit across all the formats that I can do, then let me know, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.